Imagine a place that tells a story spanning centuries, where culture and nature intertwine to create something truly extraordinary. That's the beauty of UNESCO World Heritage Sites. I'm Abigail, and this is Global Treasures, the podcast that covers the history, travel tips, and legends surrounding one of the 1,248 World Heritage Sites each episode. These places have been identified as having universal cultural or natural significance that is so exceptional that it transcends national boundaries and is of importance to present and future generations. Welcome to Season 3, where we'll explore the 27 sites that UNESCO added in 1980 together. Thank you for listening to Global Treasures. I appreciate all of your support, and you can continue to support the podcast by subscribing at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, or any major platform. You can also follow Global Treasures on TikTok, Facebook, and globaltreasurestravel.com, where I have my blog outlining my travels and World Heritage Site-related information. You can sign up to get email alerts when a new blog post drops, and all of this is linked in the show notes. The Asante Traditional Buildings are a UNESCO World Heritage Site that serves as the last remaining architectural testament to the powerful and very wealthy Ashanti Empire, also known as the Asante Empire, which flourished for 2 centuries in what is now Ghana. Ghana is a country in West Africa, bordered by Togo to the east and Burkina Faso to the north. Located near the city of Kumasi, this collection of 10 buildings survived the period of British occupation that ultimately led to the Asante Empire's fall. During their height in the 18th and 19th centuries, these buildings served as shrines and were believed to hold supernatural power. While the empire held extensive military and financial wealth, they notably also had incredibly skilled artisans who had an eye for design. This was a culture with multiple layers within their social hierarchy. While we may not consciously think about it, architecture helps construct, maintain, and symbolize status, and is part of what makes a culture rich. Constructed from timber, bamboo, and mud plaster, the buildings were arranged in a unique style, with 4 rooms facing a central courtyard. 3 of these rooms were designated for rituals, while the 4th housed a shrine itself, where people would consult deities for advice, reflecting a rich spiritual heritage. The traditional thatched roofs have been replaced by metal roofs to keep them intact over time. The striking beauty of these buildings is evident in their walls, which are covered in intricate sculptural reliefs. These walls display patterns that look something like a weaving labyrinth, as well as visuals of animals, plants, and Adinkra symbols. These are unique motifs passed down through Asante culture that represent themes such as peace. I cannot emphasize enough the sheer skill and labor required to create these reliefs are truly a testament to the empire's architectural prowess. While many structures are unfortunately now incomplete, we can still admire the unique configuration of these buildings, which are honored and maintained because they're still used for important initiatives to this day. They serve as a means for the Asante people to stay connected to their ancestors and their spirituality. These buildings help preserve a heritage that was nearly lost when other significant structures, like the Royal Mausoleum, were destroyed by individuals such as Robert Baden-Powell. He was a lieutenant with the British Royal Army, who ironically would go on to found the Boy Scouts Association, which is known for positively impacting their local communities. While much of the Asante Empire's legacy was destroyed, this small grouping of just 10 mighty buildings has endured. These buildings are now the last material evidence of the once mighty empire, proudly serving as a link between the past and the present. Now that I've briefly covered the history, I'll review some tips and what to expect if you're planning on traveling to see the Asante traditional buildings. In order to travel to Ghana, depending on your country of origin, at the time of this recording, you must apply through the official website of the Ghana Immigration Service or the Ghana High Commission in your country to get a travel visa. This process requires you complete the online application form and provide supporting documents. This might be a valid passport, and make sure it has at least 6 months validity, proof of accommodation, a flight itinerary, proof you received a yellow fever vaccination, and potentially other documents as well. You'll want to fly into Prempeh International Airport. Know that unless you are coming from another country on the African continent, this will likely be a long flight. I was recently asked what I do to help myself sleep on long flights such as these, and if I have any tips or suggestions. Honestly, I'm not the best to answer that because I can't always sleep on airplanes. But following my usual bedtime routine is my best answer. I do my normal things, such as brushing my teeth. I try not to use screens before trying to get some shut-eye as well. Easier said than done, I know. When packing, keep in mind that there are periods of heavy rainfall and lots of humidity, so having a raincoat may be wise. In terms of places to stay, there are lots of hotel and affordable homestay options. Different rideshare companies operate in Ghana as well if you need to get around and aren't renting a car. But, of course, you can always ask staff at your hotel or tour guide for taxi recommendations. Again, this site is located near Kumasi, and this area receives almost half of all tourists who come to Ghana. Again, I would also emphasize these buildings are the last surviving examples of traditional Ashanti architecture. They're not just historical relics, but active spaces that still serve the community. Because of this, only one of the buildings is open to the public, and tickets cannot be purchased online in advance. But if you book a tour, the experiences tend to be reasonably priced, and they visit multiple sites in the area, such as other museums or markets. With a guided tour, they likely will arrange transportation, help you navigate the more limited visiting hours, and offer deep insights into the spiritual and cultural significance of the site. Visitors are welcome to take photos of the building that is open to the public, but be respectful of the spaces still in use. That's essential. For a truly unique experience, try to plan your visit during the Aquaside Festival, which takes place every 6 weeks on a Sunday. This colorful festival is a vibrant celebration meant to honor ancestors and gods. You can expect to see drumming, dancing, and singing that echoes centuries of tradition, along with offerings of food, such as African yams. The king himself often attends to pay homage, giving visitors a rare opportunity to see Ashanti royal tradition up close. It's truly a bird's eye view into the living heritage of these incredible people. And if you're intrigued by myths and mysteries, the Ashanti region does not disappoint. This was actually one a listener told me to look into. Local folklore tells of the Tano giant, a massive white ape-like creature said to inhabit the forests near the Tano River. While some dismiss it as pure legend, others claim sightings of this mysterious being over the years. The story just adds another layer of mystique and fuels curiosity about what other secrets may be hiding. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the food. After exploring, take the time to enjoy the local food scene. Numerous restaurants serve jollof rice, one of West Africa's most beloved dishes. It's typically basmati rice, stewed with tomatoes, onions, and spices that create a subtle smokiness. It's the perfect way to end a day steeped in culture, history, and maybe even a touch of the paranormal. These striking, intricately decorated buildings are the last remaining testimony of this empire and its unique architecture. These buildings aren't just places, but a reflection of their beliefs, customs, and social institutions, which are still ingrained into Ghana's very being to this day. This enduring spiritual and cultural significance is a testament to the resilience of the Asante people and their determination to honor their ancestors and heritage. Thank you for listening to the Global Treasures podcast. Please join me next time, where I will dive into yet another new UNESCO World Heritage Site worth adding to your bucket list. Until then, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep treasuring the remarkable diversity of our world's heritage.